In this training video, we will be reviewing the e-prescribing module of the EMR. Regardless if you're logged in as a prescribing provider or logged in as a user prescribing on behalf of a provider, there are two places within the EMR where scripts can be created and submitted to a pharmacy electronically. The first place is from within the encounter note. New prescriptions and refills of existing prescriptions are both handled in the Plan tab of the encounter note. Remember, you must have at least one diagnosis selected under the Assessment tab in order to see the RX button displayed under the Plan tab. If you are logged in as a prescribing provider, you will immediately see the e-prescribing window down below. If you are logged in as a user prescribing on behalf of a provider, you will first need to select which provider you want to prescribe for and click the Load button. Inside the ERX window, you will see the patient details on the left-hand side, such as patient demographics, drug allergy information, coverage details, and preferred pharmacies if those are already on file. If you have electronically prescribed medications for this patient before, you will see a list of those meds displayed in this window here. For new patients, such as this one, the screen will appear like this. The Show Medication History button will download patients' electronic prescribing history if such a list exists. This list should include the name and dose of the medication, the date the med was prescribed, and the prescribing provider. If the patient does not have such a list on record, it will say no medications available. In the top right corner, you have the option to add a patient-reported medication if you wish to add the med to the list perhaps for future use, but do not want to e-prescribe the medication today. Click the Add New Prescription button to begin the process of e-prescribing a new medication. If you have a list of favorites, frequently prescribed medications, you will see the list displayed here. You can also search for a medication in the search field. Select the medication with the correct dosage. Enter the patient directions, the number you wish to dispense, and the refills. These three fields are yellow, which indicates that they are required fields, and the system will not let you proceed to the next step in the process until data has been entered in each of these fields. If you wish to change something in a previous step, such as the dosage or the med itself, simply click the Change Medication link in the top right corner and it will navigate you to the appropriate area where you can make those modifications. The Show Pharmacy Notes link gives you an additional area to add notes that are specifically for the pharmacy but not necessarily for the patient. If you want to add this medication to your favorites list, click the star next to the Save Prescription button. Click the Save Prescription button. If you have added this med to your favorites list, you will need to give the medication a label. This label is how the med will be displayed in the favorites list. Click OK. The last section will display the medication details you just entered. If the patient does not have a preferred pharmacy on file, you'll only see the Approve and Print button. To e-prescribe the medication, you will need to click the Select a Pharmacy link, which will navigate you to an area where you can search for a patient's preferred pharmacy. You can search by the name of the pharmacy, the address, city, state, or zip. You can search by all of these fields. If it's mail order, enter the name. It can be part of the name or it can be the full name itself. The more criteria that you enter, the more the returned list will be narrowed down. Click Search and select the pharmacy from the list below. Once you have selected the pharmacy, you will click Go Back to Patient Details. Now that the patient has a pharmacy on file, you will see the Approve and Send button next to the Approve and Print button. If you want to add another medication to prescribe, simply click the Add New Prescription in the top right corner and repeat the process that we just went through. Each medication you add will be listed here in the final step. Check the box next to the medication you wish to print but not e-prescribe, such as narcotics, and click the Approve and Print button. Check the box next to each med you want to e-prescribe and click the Approve and Send button. If you feel that you need to edit the medication details once again, you can click Edit, or if you created this medication in error, you can click Delete. When you're ready to send the medication, click Approve and Send. You will see a gray arrow indicating that the medication is in the process of being submitted to the pharmacy. Once the med has successfully reached the pharmacy, the gray arrow will turn into a green check mark. This usually takes about 30 to 45 seconds. You do not have to wait for the green check mark to appear before you navigate to another area of the EMR. The next area, or the second area of the EMR where you can add a new ERX order, is through the patient's chart outside of an encounter note. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard, and I'm going to open up the chart for JAK test. You will navigate to the medical information section of the patient's chart and click on the Meds tab. Click the Add New ERX Order button. Indicate the provider you wish to prescribe for if you are not the prescribing provider already, and click Continue. This will take you directly to the patient details screen, and you'll repeat the same steps that we just went through within the encounter note. As you can see here, the medication that we prescribed in the encounter was successfully sent, and you know that because of the green check mark that is displayed here. To refill a medication, you would click the Reorder button. By clicking the Reorder button, it'll take you back to the exact same screen that you saw whenever you first prescribed the medication. You would simply check the box and click Approve and Send, and it would send just as it did before. The last part of the training video will go over how to process e-prescribing refills. These are incoming refill requests sent from a pharmacy directly to the EMR. You can access these requests from your dashboard quick list over here on the right-hand side, or by clicking Patient's Refill Summary. To process this, you will click on the patient's name, and it will navigate you to the e-prescribing window. Click the View Details link, and the details will describe all of the medications that are pending for this particular patient. To accept a medication and approve it as is, click the Accept link, indicate the number of refills you wish to include, any additional comments as necessary, and click OK. Once you click OK, the medication will be displayed down at the bottom, and it will have the same gray arrow indicating that it is in the process of being sent. To deny a medication, you will click Deny and select one of the predefined reasons for why you are denying this particular medication. If you wish to deny this medication because you want to change the SIG details, then you would deny and prescribe as new. Enter any additional comments as necessary and click OK. That denial will also be sent to the pharmacy the same way that a normal prescription is sent. You will know that it has been sent when the green check mark appears. This concludes the training video on e-prescribing within the EMR.